Brown and the band, and Jerry's special guests, Shecky Greene and Maureen McGovern. Also from Hollywood, here's a star, a man who I know from a he's tall, he makes movies, the very professor. When I went to his house once, and he said, yeah. The man, he screamed, roll it, and he gets, will you get on with it, Jerry Lewis!
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's lovely. I can't tell you what a delight it is to be in television and to greet an audience of people, or I should say, to have an audience of people greet you in such a manner. There's no joke. It warms my heart. It really is such a delightful thing. And I have to tell you something. Walking out to an audience is possibly the second best thing. It's possibly the second best thing you can do in life. Walking out in front of an audience. And I have to tell you that I'm looking forward to it. There's anticipatory delight in my life. And last night, it was difficult to sleep. In the middle of the night, I have to get up to go to the bathroom. I stubbed my toe on a piece of furniture. Did you ever stub your toe on a piece of furniture and there's nobody there that sees it, and you go, shh, 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 and there's plenty of jumping, and there's moving like this with a stubbed toe because there's nobody to confer with. But you don't want no one to talk to you when you're in this kind of pain, right? Now I get up this morning, and the toe is gone. That pain, forget about it. It's okay. And I'm shaving, and I gave just the kind of a cut on a cold sore. You know when you touch it and you hope both your knees break and the legs fall off? I had that for about 15, 20 minutes, and then I'm on my way to the studio, and I want to stop to get my son this new Boy George album. We'll discuss that another time. I go to get the album, and I want it ready for him. He should put it on fast and play it, so I open the album with my nail. Did you ever run your nail across the top of the album? And you cut under the nail, between the nail and the finger, and you go, oh, dear God, if I ever get out of this, I'll never curse again, right? And that pain is significant. You spend the balance of the whole day with the pain. You got a little bit residue with a cold sore, and you're limping from the bad toe from the night before. So all of the joy of doing a show is a little diminished. Not a lot, just a little diminished. So you'll have to understand that if I go, a couple of times, and I limp a little bit, and I go, oh, you louse, you'll understand the why of that. Louis, would you take this, please, if you don't mind? I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Now, I know... Let me put it this way. I want to show you what you're missing, all of you viewers, by watching our show. First of all, as you know, it goes on at different times across the country. So for those of you who are watching at 8 o'clock on Monday, may I have that, please? Let me show you what you have. 8 o'clock Monday, TV bloopers and practical jokes. They're really down at the bottom of the barrel, folks, I'm telling you. They devote the entire show to famous stars going to the bathroom. You don't need to watch that, I'm telling you right now. Now, at 9 o'clock on Monday, Great Performances is on PBS. Now, that's marvelous. It's always lovely. That's usually very, very good. Let's put it that way. But tonight, they have Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, starring Pia Zadora and... Robin Williams. Forget that. You don't need it. Also, will you laugh with them? Their timing is good. Why do you wait till they're all through and then you go, Drunken tourist? Okay. Also on PBS, Julia Child makes chicken soup with live chickens. You don't need that. You will not have joy from that. 10 o'clock Wednesday, St. Elsewhere. Richard Nixon offers to donate his heart to the hospital, but Dr. Craig finds out he doesn't have one. Now, wait a minute. We will not get into a political brouhaha. I left out Dynasty on Wednesday night because I missed it, and I'm dying to know what happened. That's my favorite soap. I know you may not believe this, but I love Dynasty like we used to years ago. Remember, we used to run home. We couldn't wait to see Dragnet. That's what's happening with me with Dynasty. Now, who are Dynasty lovers in the audience? Okay. It's on, tonight, right? Yeah, well, what happened last week? I need to know. Is there a lady here that watches it and loves it like I do? Raise your hand, a lady. A lady is the one that doesn't have all the other plumbing, all right? A lady. Could a lady show me her hand that loves Dynasty? Would you step over there to the microphone, dear? Would you please? Do me a favor. I don't need this aggravation, lady. I ask you in a nice way. You remember the picture A Star Is Born? Get over to the microphone. Just tell me what happened. Wait a minute. You'll never be heard. Let me fix it so you can talk. Didn't I fight you in Cleveland some years ago? Here you are. Okay. Now, let me just tell me what happened Wednesday night, okay?
You made me forget.
I ran up the damn stairs and you're gonna forget? Give me a break. Think about it now. John Forsythe is Blake Carrington. All right? Linda Evans is Crystal.
Yes.
Joan Collins is Alexis. Okay, now, Fallon is seriously thinking of marrying Jeff again, right? Kirby found out that her mother is black. Alexis, what are you laughing? What is this, a bigot fruit in the front here? Alexis was almost killed because Kirby had the gun, right? But she couldn't pull it off because Bernie walked in, who owns the apartment, and said, all right?
Yes.
Now, Colby Cole, who went to the China Seas and took over the Blake Carrington, Denver Carrington oil site, has nothing to do with Stephen, who was the homosexual who changed his face, and a father don't even know his own child. Is that right or not? All right. Now, will you tell me what the hell is happening? I gave you all the information up to now. If you're a drunken broad, we'll have you out of here in 3 minutes. Go ahead, what happened?
They just all seem very confused.
What?
They're all confused.
They're all confused? Go ahead.
I didn't watch it Wednesday.
I don't believe it. I ran up there. Hold it a second. I ran up there. I fixed the mic. I gave you the setup. You got out of the chair. You walked over, and you didn't watch it? All right, tell me what's happening with Gilligan's Island.
Wednesday.
Oh, when are they on? Sunday in the morning? You want to knock off Robert Schuller? Sit down there. How about a nice dance tonight, ladies? Thank you. We'll be right back.
Ah, 47 apricot souffles in one evening. I think that's a world's record.
It was all for one gentleman, too. Did you know that?
No.
Courage, my dear. You were terrific. Care for a souffle?
I don't think so.
How about a magnum of Chateau Canadien?
Ah, as always, Jacques, a perfect choice.
Call me Jack.
Sure.
Molson Golden from North America's oldest brewery, Molson of Canada, since 1786. Molson makes it golden.
Here's to another night in the cellar.
And more dough.
Come back to Jamaica.
Come, climb a cool mountain.
What's old is what's new.
Come, let's
let your spirit soar.
We want you to join us.
Come share our happiness.
We made it for you.
Come to a place that could make your body feel cool and your spirit feel warm. Come, make it Jamaica again and again.
Make it Jamaica, Jamaica again.
Jell-O brand pudding pops. New chocolate vanilla swirl.
Chocolate and vanilla?
Swirled together so that the right side of your mouth says, I want chocolate Jell-O pudding pops, and the left side says, no, I want vanilla Jell-O pudding pops. You can have both.
New chocolate vanilla swirl. All the goodness of real Jell-O pudding, so you know it's wholesome.
What does your mouth say now?
Chocolate, vanilla, swirl.
You said a mouthful.
Swirls also come in chocolate and caramel.
It's more than just spectacular performances. It's On-Stage America. First, Air Supply reveals the inspiration behind their hits.
Sometimes it's easier to do it by saying, listen to this record.
Emmanuel Lewis fulfills his lifelong dream. And you'll learn the Oak Ridge Boys' big secret. Plus, discover who this beautiful girl is in Andy Williams' life. Then, Anne Murray shares her life as a performer and parent.
Very lonely existence.
It's On-Stage America.
8 p.m. Saturday on Channel 5.
For Father's Day, Baskin-Robbins has a whole wardrobe of ice cream shirt cakes, custom tailored in 31 flavors.
Welcome back after you've seen the commercial and you see all of the things that we are selling on our lovely network. I would like to introduce, first of all, the gentleman who's been with me for 33 years. I'm delighted and proud that he's still functioning, Mr. Lou Brown and the orchestra. Needless to say, any performer in our business would be extremely fortunate if he had the likes of this gentleman working with him. When I asked this gentleman to join me in our Metro Media program, he not only said yes, but it was never as loud as my scream, hooray. He is a multifaceted performer and one that gives you the kind of joy that we need very much in this life today. Would you please welcome Mr. Charlie Callas.
How you doing, Skipper? Thank you.
I'm doing good, Charlie.
You know what was funny? When you were up front and hollering and screaming, the duck was going... just standing there going, so cute.
We had a funny idea. We had a thought that I would talk about a variety of things, never ever referring to the duck. I forget that I got the duck in my arms, right?
It looks so cute.
And then I feel there's a warmth emanating in my vicinity.
Oof.
A little warmth. Just damp warmth.
It's a good group tonight. Good group.
Yeah,
good
nice
group.
people. Tell me.
That's okay. You can do it. That's okay. You're a good group. Zeb, I want to ask you something. You've been to foreign countries naturally. You notice the difference the way people pay compliments? Okay.
In different countries?
Yeah, as opposed to Americans. Or I was in London about 4 months ago.
You're kidding!
And
You were in London?
Yeah, really.
I didn't know that, Charlie.
I was doing... Boy, I'm doing some British television, no kidding. And I'm meeting in a restaurant. There's an English couple. They're looking at me, elder, about 50 years old, married. And the wife comes over to me and says,
"Oh, Mr. Callas, aren't you?"
So I said, yes.
She says, "Well, you're very funny. We've seen you in America on American television. My husband and I, we both love you."
Now the husband comes over and he says, "Yes, you're very funny, Mr. Callas. Keep up the good work. We need more people like you in the world with what's going on today." Ooh, I said, "Thank you very kindly." I'm in Atlantic City last week, right? Playing at Caesars. I'm in the elevator. The person comes over to me. "Hey, it's Charlie Callas. You're lovely. I love you. When you do that thing with the duck, with the horse, I wet my pants. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Hey, do me a favor. Want you to meet my husband. Hey, Al, come here. Beautiful. Now, you know, it's true. I like truisms. Now, you know, I like to observe people and sort of magnify it. Hold the mirror up to nature, as it were. Woof. You've gone to Disneyland, right? Many times.
Yes.
I love it there. Now, in going to Disneyland, I go to all the rides and everything, but I could never understand why parents bring children to Disneyland. Now, when I say children, I mean little babies, because they can't focus. They can't, they'll say like, honey, look, there's Goofy, and the kid goes, hey. There's Mickey Mouse. There's Jerry Lewis. It's true.
I love that.
You're the one. Good.
I love that.
Well, boys.
You're the one? Okay. Let me ask you something.
Yes, Roger.
When we did our first show together, it was a talk show.
Yeah. Oh, yes. 1960, 1966. You mean the first show that I was on?
No, the first show that you and I met on, which was Merv
Griffin.
In 1966.
Yeah.
Okay. We have to tell the people what happened that night, and we have to let them know how it progressed. We can't do it now because we have a guest to introduce.
Oh, yeah.
But I want you to think about it because it's too funny for us not to get into.
Okay.
I would like to introduce our first guest, ladies and gentlemen, a lady who has made records. She has performed in concert. She's been on Broadway. She has it all. Why? Because she has the infinite ability to be better than most. We're very delighted to present her to you tonight, Miss Maureen McGovern, if you will.
Days can be sunny with never a sign. Don't need what money can buy. Birds in the trees sing their day full of song. Why shouldn't we sing along? I've got rhythm, I've got music, I've got my man who could ask for anything more. I've got daisies in green pastures. I got my man who could ask for anything more. Old man trouble, I don't mind him. You won't find him around my door. I got starlight, I got sweet dreams. I got my man who could ask for anything more. Who could ask for anything more?
Yeah. It's so magnificent to hear you. And as I told you earlier, I saw a marvelous video you did on an awards show where you did I Got Rhythm. And I think I made 11 copies for friends of mine, including musicians, Jack
Great,
Eglass,
thank
and a
you.
variety of people. And that's why the Sony case, of course, is still in the Supreme Court, whether we're allowed to do that or not. But it's just so marvelous to have you on the show, and I wanted so much for you to be with us.
It's funny, you know, I've got nearly a 4-octave range, and when I left the recording industry because there's really, you know, in pop top 40 market, there's not a whole lot of a call for 4 octaves. I mean, to be a coloratura and a scat singer, you know, on top 40 radio, there wasn't a whole lot of call for it.
4 octaves?
I'm about half a step short of 4
The
octaves.
ink spots never needed that. That goes, but that's before your time, the ink spots.
But I didn't even know I was a coloratura.
Well, I didn't know your religion. The point is that
Devout coloratura.
we have to come back. We have to go away for a moment. We'll be back right after this message with the lovely Maureen McGovern. Stay with us.
You're all right? Just fine, thanks. Wonderful.
Everyone's talking about Eastern's packages to Florida and Walt Disney World in honor of Donald Duck's 50th birthday. The party begins when you step off the plane.
Happy birthday, Donald.
4 days and 3 nights in Orlando from $276 to $557, including airfare.
For details, see your travel agent.
I'll call Eastern.
They earn their wings every day.
Compare Toyota for quality, value, and price. This Toyota Camry costs less than Honda Accord, $600 less than Datsun Stanza, with more room than either of them.
Toyota Corolla, redesigned for '84 with a choice of front or rear-wheel drive. Not Chevy Cavalier, not Dodge Omni, not Plymouth Horizon, not Ford Escort. Compare quality, value, and price. It's Toyota, not the other guys.
Fudgy the Whale is back. That's a whale of a cake for a whale of a dad at your participating Carvel ice cream store. Yep, and this year your Carvel dealer makes them loaded with fudge and nuts. And you can get Fudgy with an ocean to serve 20 people. But if you want to send Fudgy the Whale to a whale of a dad anywhere in the Carvel territory, you call the phone number that you see here. Thank you, and have a happy day, Dad.
A lot of underwear may look the same. Believe me, it isn't. No one makes Jockey brand quality but Jockey. Not everyone uses 100% pure comb cotton or real rubber in the waistband and leg openings like Jockey. Jockey is tailored for comfort, handcrafted to fit, to last, and to keep its shape. Sure, Jockey brand costs a little more, but you get a lot of quality and value for your money.
Jockey, a commitment to quality.
At finer specialty and department stores.
We're back with the lovely Maureen McGovern, who wants to tell you about what this song represents and what it means to her.
Well, as I mentioned, I left the pop music in search of theater, which I found that is a whole area of the business that I thoroughly love. And I made my Broadway debut in Joseph Papp's Pirates of Penzance.
How did it feel doing Pirates of Penzance with 9 Fredericks?
Miss Mabel was hard on her Fredericks. It was great. It was truly great. But you know, I hadn't seen my first Broadway show I saw 6 years ago here in Los Angeles, and it was a chorus line. And I had come off the road after having a #1 single with The Morning After, million seller, and I was flat broke. I had no record deal. I mean, it was depressing. Well, I sat in the last row of the theater out here, and I watched a chorus line with teeny tiny chorus line out there. And I was so moved by one of the songs that really summed up my life at that particular time that I just burst into tears and I couldn't stop crying. Well, it's really funny how fate happens, because last fall, Joe Papp invited me to the record-breaking performance of a chorus line. And this time I sat in the 4th row with eyes as wide as a child, and I thought it was one of the most magical moments in all of theater history, seeing the chorus line.
Let us share in the magical moment. Okay?
This is Music in the Mirror.
All right, go ahead.
Give me somebody to dance for. Give me somebody to show. Let me wake up in the morning to find I have somewhere exciting to go.
to have something that I can believe in, to have someone to be. Use me, choose me. Give me somebody to dance with. Give me a place to fit in. Help me return to the world of the living by showing me how to begin. Play me the music. Give me the chance to come through. All I ever needed was the music and the mirror and the chance to dance for you. Give me a job and you instantly get me involved. If you give me a job, then the rest of the crap will get solved. Put me to work, you would think that by now I'm allowed. I'll do you proud. Throw me a rope to grab onto. Help me to prove that I'm strong. Give me the chance to look forward to saying, hey, listen, they're playing my song. Play me the music. Play me the music. Play me the music. Give me the chance to come through. All I ever needed was the music and the mirror and the chance.
Did I tell you she was the best? Maureen McGovern. Yeah, you can applaud all you want. That's so special. That's so special. You made those songs sound even more startling than they did on the stage. You should get with a band.
Chick singer.
Yeah, chick singer.